Well, if you're doing a study abroad, you pay for pretty much everything beforehand, right? So really you just need spending money, weekend trips. I always like to have about $1,000 a month just for whatever I want to do.
For my trip in Greece, I brought or had $1,000 saved for the trip.
At least $50, $50 a day. That's going to depend where you're traveling and what you're responsible for. Most places in the world now have access to bank machines, and I would recommend. I'd recommend assuming that you're going to be paying for most things in cash, and that there are several places where it's at least somewhat problematic paying with credit card.
I always prefer paying by cash.
Cash is the easiest in the local currency.
Always paying cash. Very few places are going to take your debit card, and the fees on that are going to be exorbitant.
Yeah, cash, because you don't want to use your debit card or your credit card for anything. They charge you a lot.
I don't know. I never used a traveler's check. I wouldn't really even bother, to be honest.
So they said traveler's checks aren't really necessary anymore because we can just get the money for you with our resources. So that's what I did. I just got the euros here and then went over with that.
Don't use them.
Traveler's checks I've never carried them, and I think more and more they're not being accepted in a lot of places, especially if you wanted to go somewhere off the beaten track. You're not going to be able to use them.
Don't use traveler's checks. No one takes traveler's checks anymore. It's not the 1980s. They're not useful.
So when I went to Germany, I had 300 euros and $100 Canadian in my pocket, which turned out to be a really good thing because when I got to Germany, my debit card didn't work.
300 euro on me at one given time should probably just cover you,
$500 Canadian. I wouldn't want to carry more than that with me in Greece.
I tend to take out a lot of money whenever I find an ATM because they end up charging you like $8 every time you withdraw money. So I take out a few $100s, which usually lasts because everything is cheaper in the rest of the world, other than Italy.
To be honest, I've always been a believer in not carrying large sums of cash on you, even here, just in case you lose it. It's not a good feeling to lose money like that. Take out no more than I don't think a couple $100 at each time, because you never know what might happen with that money, right? So, and in the end, the bank fee's not too much to pay, just to have that peace of mind that you're not gonna lose all your trip money. You don't throw all your eggs in one basket, as they say.
No more than 300. And that even sounds like a lot, but sometimes it'll be few and far between with getting to some kind of debit machine. If you're somewhere for a rather long stay and you're going to be in one place for a long time, you could probably get away with carrying much, much, much less.
So too much money, I don't know, a few $100s.
Common money issues that I probably would have noticed a bit more if I hadn't been prepared was the fact that we stopped in Heathrow for a bit, and Heathrow takes pounds instead of euros.
So I have seen on a couple of occasions people struggling, especially early on in the trip, to access money through bank machines. So the two issues I've seen most commonly are that early access and then students running out of money near the end of the trip.
Running out of money, not budgeting well.
Yeah, besides that, I mean, depending on where you go, pickpocketers are going to be really experienced. So I would just say prepare for that the best that you can,
There's pickpockets in other countries, professional ones, that make a good living at it. There's people who will walk by you, brush past you, and then your wallet's gone, your ID's gone. And then that's pretty serious. What I don't know is why people don't have wallets that simply connect via chain or rope to their belt. This is what I've traveled with. It's an amazingly useful tool. You keep the travel wallet, a little bit of a bigger style wallet, in a deep pocket with something tying it to you. This is going to be extremely useful. You're never going to leave it behind anywhere. It's going to be extremely hard to take.
Pickpocketing in London, I experienced that, and you don't even notice them. They just somehow get in your bag and take your wallet. And all you can really do is go to a police station and report whatever's missing and start calling your credit card companies. Hopefully you don't have your passport stolen. Carry your things in either deep pockets, zipper pockets, a good bag that someone can't open. Have things in different pockets or different bags. Don't keep everything all together.
Pickpockets are good. They're professionals. So to be aware that it is relatively common in major tourist sites.
Some banks have partner agreements, so you should research that ahead of time.
You have to pay attention to ATMs. You have to find one that has the same symbols on the back of your card so that your card works. And there's all kinds of little ATM frauds around the world. The fake ATMs, or they steal your numbers and stuff. So just pay attention to what you're doing.
I never tried to use a debit card in Mexico or in Greece to pay for something, and I noticed that especially in Mexico a lot of the locals also always used cash.
Sometimes when you try and close your bank account in Europe, you can have trouble if you try and get your cash right away. So you should definitely think about it before you, like the last day, trying to get your money out.